Oh my goodness. I just got done watching Godzilla X Kong the New Empire. And I'm doing this like literally right out of the theater. Like I just finished watching it with my wife. And I'm like currently driving home. And I just had to give my initial thoughts right away. I couldn't wait to set up a camera or anything. So, oh my god. That is one of the most ridiculous movies I have ever seen in my life. And it's not a bad thing, though. The film was not bad by any means. In fact, it's probably one of the most entertaining Monsterverse movies ever, like currently. But my mind cannot get over what just happened in that whole thing. It was quite the roller coaster. They were right. The director was right. He did say he was going to have long stretches of just kaiju stuff, and that's great. I mean, I'm not going to lie, that is great, but oh my god, it can get it's kind of exhausting. It's like an endurance run of watching all the monster stuff constantly. But I mean, oh wow. So where do I even begin? This is not going to be a big review or anything. This is my first thoughts and everything, initial thoughts and whatnot. But I gotta say, the story is the most insane, batshit crazy thing that you could ever imagine in the Monsterverse. And I have such tonal whiplash coming from not only the 2014 film, not only the Monarch series, but also -1, and now going to this. It is, again, it's such tonal whiplash with how I feel about it. But I want to say, guys, right off the bat, I did love it though. This was a very entertaining film. For how dumb it is, it literally was ripped right from the 1960s. It feels like something Toho would have made if they had these ideas back then. It is total Showa craziness, cheesiness, all that stuff. I'm not going to go into spoiler territory because I've seen this movie actually the day early before the official release or whatever. But I gotta say, Godzilla kicks ass in this. King Kong is, I mean, of course this movie's it's mainly for him, it's mainly a Kong film, but for King Kong though, he kicks ass majorly in this one. I really liked how they portrayed him. And then I got, the son of Kong, the Suko guy, the little baby Kong, I actually really dug him. I thought he was really cool. They could have royally screwed it up with him, but I think actually they did a tremendous job with him. I actually really like little Suko. And Shimo, great monster, I gotta say. Maybe a little, I don't know, like, Shimo, or Shimu, whatever, really cool monster concept, but I think just real, like, introduced maybe, I don't know, quarter left of the film, and that was that. But really interesting what they did with her, because I guess it's a female kaiju. Really interesting with what they did with her at the end of the film, which I won't spoil. But and then of course Scar King, and Scar King, I have to say, initially not thinking that he was going to be a great monster at all. He was fine. He was intimidating. He was fine and all, but he wouldn't have stand a chance against Godzilla and Kong without Shimu. So or Shimo, whatever. So he was okay, but I think he's just a tyrannical ruler, and that's that. But he has some cool fight scenes with Kong, and he does put up a good fight. As far as the human stuff, it is such a side plot. I mean they work, obviously the plot with the humans. They're more of the humans really in this film are only there for exposition and context, which is fine. But this is probably the least amount of human stuff you'll see in any of these monster movies. But one thing I do like was Gia. I love Gia in the Monsterverse. I loved her in Godzilla vs. Kong. And the fact that we get more of her here and that she plays probably the biggest role, I think is fantastic, which leads into a huge spoiler. I won't say what it is, but her role and what she plays in and what she does is amazing. That's all I gotta say. I really liked what they did with her character, and I like how they brought back the other scientist lady. I don't remember her name, but from Godzilla vs. Kong, but Gia's mom, basically. But and then they brought back the crazy podcast guy from the last movie too, which I'm not a big fan of him. He's like, I feel like too much comic relief, but again, this is the kind of film that I think it's okay because it is just that batshit crazy. But overall, guys, this movie is insane. I mean, it is total cheese, craziness, insane things happening. You have to turn your brain off when you're watching this. You cannot watch this film with the same mindset if you watched it with -1 or any of the more serious Godzilla films. This is total 1960s cheese. The things that happen in it are just crazy. So, but that's really it. That's my initial thoughts, guys. I did like the film. I did like it. But again, it is total whiplash. I can't believe the movies are where they're at from where they came from with 2014. It is quite insane. It is just, it's a totally different movie at that point, when you compare it to 2014. And then like Godzilla himself, I mean, he just continues to get more and more aggressive, which is cool, I guess, but at the same time, he also it's just more insane. Also, the design, Godzilla being pink and all that crap, it's growing on me. I don't think it's that bad. I like it. It's not bad. It's cool. I don't mind it. So, also the Power Glove with Kong was pretty cool too. So, but that's pretty much it. That's all I can say off the top of my head, guys. This was a crazy movie. I'm exhausted watching it because, again, when it's just nonstop kaiju stuff, it is nuts. But I gotta say, the special effects, CGI, all the movie magic stuff behind it is also really well done. I mean, it's probably one of the best Monsterverse films to date in terms of visual effects. I would say next to 2014, to be honest. But it was a good one, guys. So definitely go out and see it. It was definitely one of a kind movie, for sure. But yeah, that is all I got, guys. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay big, G fans.